Hi, my name is Alex Feisley, and today we're going to talk about access controls in Netmaker. So access controls in Netmaker are a really powerful way to control what devices can talk to what other devices, and what users can talk to what devices and what routes. So this is what the access control pane looks like, and managing it is pretty easy. So you'll have default controls put here, which basically say anything can talk to anything. That's usually how it gets set up by default, but you can disable any of this and then add your own policies. Adding a policy is pretty easy. So here, when you create a new policy, you're going to create a policy either for resources or for users. And for users, I think this is going to be more common. It's saying what users have access to what. So let's use the example of accessing a local site. So let's say we want our group of users to only have access to SSH on the local network. So let's just call that SSH site 1 access. So we can go here, choose a service, and we're going to say SSH. We're going to select a source, and here we're going to give it a group. So let's say it's the Cloud Overlay User Group, and then a destination. So we're going to go over to Egress Routes here and say Remote Site Network. And then we'll go ahead and create that, and there you go. Now, obviously, they will have access to everything because of all these other rules, but you can just delete that and only give them access to what they need access to. Now, another thing to keep in mind is you can give them access to groups of devices by using our tag manager. So going over to tag manager, you'll see some tags get generated automatically, but you can also create your own. So let's say we want to do site devices, and we're going to add site 1 and site 2 to there. So these are two of the devices with endpoints. And then back in our access controls, we can add a policy where we're doing access to those site devices. So super easy, and you can either do it, again, for users to access certain resources or for specific devices to access other devices in your network. Now, when you are doing it with devices, one cool extra feature there is you can choose the directionality. So you can say either it's bi-directional or one direction, which is pretty nice. And again, you can say which services are accessible there or could define your own custom ports. So that allows you to really lock down the security and is really what brings Netmaker into the zero trust space, which is well-defined, building up minimum permissions. Obviously, with the default, everything's there, but a lot of times people will just remove all these rules and build it up themselves. So that's really it. That's how you set up access controls inside of Netmaker. So in the next one, we're going to talk a little bit about analytics, and we'll be close to wrapping up our series here.